Hi, I'm Jim at Lancaster Guitar Company, and I'm doing this video to show this guitar I just made. It's a four-string electric guitar that's made entirely out of an old Mechanics Creeper. I'm going to talk about it here for a couple minutes, but then I have a full build video and a few more demo clips at the end. So if you want to skip ahead, I have some links in the video description. You can jump to the build or to the demo clips. So this started life as a Mechanics Creeper that my dad got when I was just a kid. I think it was about 35 years ago. He gave it to me a while ago, and I have been using it, but it was in bad shape. It was falling apart, still usable, but you'll see in the pictures that the part that you lay on was all cracked and broken, and overall it had seen better days. I was looking at it one day, and it just dawned on me that I could turn this into a guitar. So that's what I did. Every piece of wood on the guitar is from the Mechanics Creeper, and some of the hardware is as well. So I'll just go over it real quick. The sides of the box are the cross pieces that went underneath the bench you laid on. The neck is the two side pieces. I had to plane them down a little bit, but glue them together. And then the front and then the back are obviously the bench part or the bed part that you'd lay on the Creeper. Starting at the back, it has all of the hardware on it has been relicked. So the tuning pegs, volume knob, this wrench, which I found on the side of the road when I was running, the tuners, and even these little screw eyes used as the string trees, they have all been relicked. Originally they would have been all shiny chrome, but I used steel wool, Scotch-Brite pads. On some of the things I used acid, just to make them look old and more worn. Like I said, the wrench I found on the side of the road, Allen wrench bridge, and the bolt up here that's being used as a nut, that actually is a bolt from the Creeper. I cut the head of the bolt off, but that came from the Creeper as well. On the back, it kind of looks like I messed up and I didn't measure well, but I didn't have enough wood that I could make or enough good pieces of wood that I could make a full front and back. So this top part is glued on, but then this bottom part, I actually kind of designed this like this way intentionally, so it would be an access panel to the electronics if you needed. And each of these screws that's holding it in, those are all from the Creeper as well. I used a propane torch, and I charred all of the edges of the box, so to give it that worn look. I think it turned out pretty good. And then the neck it was really sanded down and it lost a lot of its coloring, so I actually stained the neck, but then I sealed it and I used steel wool and wet sanded it to make it look a little bit more worn and take away the gloss. Still a little bit of a gloss there, but I think it turned out all right. Doesn't look too new. The fret markers were burnt on or branded on using a soldering iron and then with a nail in it, and I used the nail head to burn those on. Normal frets, I already talked about the tuners. And then on the headstock, this is a piece of veneer, or I guess you could call it a veneer, but this was from the bench as well, that I was able to peel a layer of the top of this wood off and then glue it on as a veneer for the headstock. On the back I added wings. You can see the back of the neck as well. There were 3 bolt holes in the neck from when it was assembled. There's one down here, one up here, and then one in the back. Using scrap wood from the Creeper, I drilled out some plugs, I made some plugs, and then I drilled out the neck and I glued the plugs in place and sanded them over. It's all very smooth, plays great, nice and smooth neck. The box, I really wanted to keep the worn look and the worn feel to the guitar, so I did very little sanding. The only sanding I did on this was just rounding over the edges and the corners, and then very lightly using a really fine grit sandpaper, sanding the front and the back to get rid of any loose pieces. But it still has the texture. You can feel the texture of the wood, and it still helped it retain a lot of the just its natural look, how it looked aged over all those years. The pickup is an MGB, I forget exactly what they call it. It's a humbucker, like flat pickup that fits in underneath the strings nicely. I really like those pickups. I've used it on at least one other guitar now, and I have a few more in the works. I think it's a nice pickup, and it's super easy to install that way. Yeah, single volume control. That's about it, really. If you have any questions about it, if you or just want to ask me anything or any questions or comments, please comment to the video and I'll do my best to respond. I have more pictures of this in the video, but also you can check me out on Instagram at Lancaster Guitar Co. I post there pretty regularly. You can just move right ahead to the build video. Just thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoy and take care.